Well, for me, as much rest as possible. Because I am usually always up to something, so I try my best to, rest, do something that is bring me peace. So like go to the beach, relax, that kind of thing.
Well, for me, I'm not trying in my house again. So, so my Father's Day is like any other day. The people who might be closer to me might, you get some messages, Happy Father's Day, Happy Father's Day. And you have to be responding, thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's about it. A regular day with me, I just nothing special really.
Every day is Father's Day, you get through.
Yeah. The only thing I doesn't understand though is that for Mother's Day is traffic jam, is the mall full, this, the that, Father's Day.
of grandeur.
It's like that. It's like that, So cool day for me, Father's Day. Yeah.
And for me, well, this will be my first Father's Day.
Nice,
Hey, congrats, brother.
So I plan on like resting and spending the day with my family. Probably get them beach or like a restaurant or something. Just get as much rest. I like spending time on the whole with my little son because my first child.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Zayden Philbert.
Zayden. Nice name.
Well, I mean, like Zion, it's my first Father's Day as well. So I don't know what yet the day will entail, but I guess I look forward to seeing what can come from it.
Hopefully you get some roses and thing.
Well, hopefully. I mean, if it's one thing though, Valentine's birthday, everything, my wife would send roses, so
Nice.
it wouldn't be far-fetched.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your wife just sent roses here for Valentine?
Yeah.
You're a lucky man.
Thy wife. Work ethic. So my dad had 8 kids. He had 2 and then 6, right? And provided for all. Tooth and nails, he was grinding. And part of me got that from him, and that's something he instilled in me.
Right.
Actually, when I had my first child, right, he said, I mind 8, you could mind 1. He's a big man. So organize yourself, and it stuck with me, it really did. So working hard to provide is something is a big takeaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could confirm this because I know the father. I know the father. We all of us grew up together.
Right.
For me, unfortunately, my father died when I was really young.
Right.
I was just about 9 years old or so. But as we were talking a while ago, the mother that I had was a great father also to me, right? So I am the man today because of the father that I had. There was a woman, no nonsense, straight up, honesty, discipline, So I wish I had the opportunity to spend some more time with my dad, because I can remember before my mother died, I was telling her about some experiences I remember. Because I started to drive at 3 years old, he put me on my lap.
Right.
Of course. Of course.
And I just didn't have the opportunity to go further because unfortunately he passed.
Yeah.
So my father, really, my mother/father, is the person who's really responsible for me being who I am today. And I'm proud to be who I am today. Basically.
For my dad, one thing I admired, still admire about him, he always kept me in check, like manners-wise, passing the same morning.
Yeah.
He is a hard-working person up to this day. He retired. Like, for me, sometimes I might do a double shift,
Right.
16 hours, and like sometimes coming down to the last 8 hours, it's like tired.
Yeah. I will go home.
And like for him, he when he used to work before he retired, he will work his 8 hours and still does his private work.
Right.
So like I admire that about him.
Yeah.
And we communicate a lot. So like any questions I have, and he always free and willing to help me no matter what. So I always look up to him. I try to be like him, regardless.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, mine is a mixture probably of you guys' stories. For most of my life, my father wasn't around, 9 years onward. However, what I do remember of him when we lived with him was his ability to socialize. And I think we take for granted socializing in this world.
Yeah.
Or in Trinidad and Tobago. You need to be able to socialize.
Need it.
You can't be rigid all the time. Right. But like yourself, my mother was my father figure. And that work ethic, yeah. I mean, I think since I was 13 years old, I said, I want to go work. She said, all right, cool, if you want, go ahead. I mean, I used to bag groceries in a supermarket. But since then, and then she started showing me how to save a little bit and spend some, get things I want. So, although my father wasn't there, my mother provided that, filled that gap for me.
Yeah. Nice. That's really nice. Me, I would either turn to my wife or my mother. But usually, when I am faced with a problem, I just kind of assess it and have a solution beforehand. And then I just kind of second, get a second opinion and a third opinion.
Yeah.
For me, after the Lord, myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's normal.
First, it goes like how I even ended in this situation. I feel like
we all do. We all do.
Then reflecting on my dad, I'll be in my mind, I'll be like, he would never be in this situation. he would have never been in this situation.
Their father and thing. Yeah.
I mean, what if you just didn't know?
Yeah.
That
is it. So it goes back to the same thing we were saying earlier about the kids not knowing.
No, yeah, the struggles. From how I was brought up with my dad, he would never turn to nobody.
Okay.
Fight. So
He's a man, fight it.
Yeah.
So it's it can't passed on to me. I will not talk to anybody else, but I do have persons that I can talk to.
Sabi, if you had to unlearn, I was where you are. I really was there. Nobody to turn to, figure it out yourself. And now I have people, I know how to turn to them. So
But in knowing how is the important part to
yeah, definitely.
Because not everything you would want. I mean, you might want to hear a different opinion on it.
Yeah.
But in your head, you know the part you're already,
Yep.
going down.
Yep.
After my grandmother passed, is when my mother and I became a lot closer, and we started talking a lot more. Only after moving here, we would talk once or twice a week, minimum, couple times for the month, 3 times for the month, when before we never really had a conversation.
Yeah.
And within that 10 years, she also shared some of her struggles, and made me appreciate some of the things that she went through to help me get where I am.
Yeah.
And so I see her as a viable source of knowledge
Yeah.
that I could tap into.
I can now bust my toe and somebody will ask, are you okay? Are you feeling any pain? And I will say, no pain, I am good.
Yeah, normal.
When in fact, I'm balling for my life in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes right back to the point where men don't cry.
Yeah.
Right?
We are taught
That
not
don't
to
matter
cry.
don't matter how much it's hurting. But men are human beings too.
Exactly.
We supposed to feel and show emotions. How many of us, your parents look at you and want to say, no, I love you. That show, especially your father. Your father ain't watching Big U and say, son, remember your father love you. Because we were not taught to show
Yeah.
that kind of emotion. I think predominantly men are telling men that because women, in my opinion, likes to know that a man has some kind of compassion, a man has some kind of emotion.
Right. But
you
women,
know?
also like to know that their man is a man.
Yeah.
No, well, you see, that's the thing, right? A man being a man does not necessarily mean that he cannot show emotions.
Right.
But society says that.
Right.
And therefore, both genders think. I mean, you said it's mainly men, but if that's the case, right? We have a lot of men who still bottling up things with partners. is it that they don't feel safe to let out these
Telling
things?
them, yeah, more than likely that is it, and I want to
Exactly,
tell
and
her,
that's why it's everybody.
yeah, and
Right,
say,
but I
yeah,
think men more. Boy, what you crying for? Was that,
yeah,
right,
I mean, it's
you
like,
know?
yeah,
You understand?
tell
You
you,
understand?
Back man like you
So you
cry.
think, wait, that little thing you get there,
big
you're balling,
hard back
balling.
man like you
yeah,
crying.
you're balling. What you think a little squeeze you get there, what happen? You know?
Yeah.
A woman will be more tolerable. To say, right, baby, all right. Yeah. She ain't gonna tell you, oh, God, boy, you're crying, you're a big man, you're crying for. Hardly a woman will tell you about your partner. Say, boy, if you have a man cry like a little girl, boy. you know?
I went to pick you up, be crying.
I'm crying, you know? So I think mostly men pressure men, or in a situation, all your boys are wrong and it's hurting, but you're fighting because you don't want your boys see you cry. You know, I think it is more men onto men than women.
No, things are changing. So now your brethren on this like, dog, it's all right.
Yeah.
Gotta cry.
Dog.
No, because I think we come into the realization that we are also human.
Correct.
Yeah.
We have feelings too. We have feelings of emotion. We have feelings of grief.
When my father's father died, that was the first time I see him cry. I didn't even see it was a brief moment because he was wearing shades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just see him raise it. So I saw a tear and he wiped it up quick and he went back to normal. And I was like, wait, but I was young. And I was like, wait, but that mean he real hurt because outside of
You never
that,
see him that before.
never see him cry.
Yeah.
A goal for me is to be able to put my kids straight up until masters without like full time. They don't have to work, that kind of thing. So that is what I work towards. I want to be able to tell them, hey, you just focus on school.
Right.
If you want to be a doctor, you just focus on that. Like whatever it is you want to do, we pushing it hard. If it is you want to start a business, I want to be able to give you the capital to start it. Like so, and these are things my dad showed and helped me with. So I just want to try and emulate and improve.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I was around my dad, and my dad was around, we never had, like, a tight relationship. I really wish we had a tight relationship.
It will
honestly.
come, trust me. It was the same thing with me. And only
come.
in my big age here,
Yeah.
that is
That is when it
when the relationship became stronger.
If we just say, oh,
I ain't old yet.
So I plan, like, always being there for my son. Don't matter what he's involved in, what he's doing, always be there. Like, any functions, any events, always make sure I attend because the little of things makes a big impact.
yeah.
It does.
And that's something I'm really pushing for, to be there for him and including his mom, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you say, I hope
Yeah, no,
It
trust
comes,
and
it comes.
believe. It has come with age. It's come with age.
And it's not that your father don't love you and thing, It's just that he probably was trying so hard to provide,
Correct.
yeah, to
You
make
know?
sure I have everything.
Exactly
to
what
make
it
sure
is.
that everything is there, that he can't be at every function. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean to say he doesn't love you. And the thing about it is, as Shay say, as time goes along, the day will come when he might embrace you and make you cry and tell you how much he's proud of you and how much he admires you and that kind of thing. So don't give up. I mean, as from what he in for the past hour or 2 hours since I know you, have a great father.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing. Even though, like, he wasn't physically there always like my mom, he always made sure and provide everything.
My mother
He
say
always
the same
financially.
thing.
Yeah.
We wanted for nothing. That is what she say. That is what I want my family to say about me. Like
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
My goal for my daughter is to do everything opposite of what my father did. To not carry on that legacy. I want to be there for my daughter. I want to be able to support her. I want to be able to be everything to her. I want to be present, provide financially, not spoil her like everything she wants buy, because she needs to learn the value of money.
Correct.
But I want to give her a start, something to start, because
Lego.
Lord knows this world right now it's expensive to get through.
Yep.
And had I had a start for myself, it may have been a little different. I don't know, maybe I didn't have it. So, but I want her to have what I didn't have.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think that's me. I want her to have what I didn't.
The acceptance of fatherhood It's a big, big responsibility. When you realize that you are going to be a father, there are certain things now you have to start to do. There are certain behaviors that have to change. There are certain compromises that have to be made.
To make.
You know, it is a journey that, you should prepare for. And even though you didn't totally prepare for it, when it comes, you have to make that adjustment.
You have to adjust, yeah.
Because if you are thinking about it in terms of this human being that you are preparing for another generation, that is not just getting up in the night to change the pamper.
Nope.
You know, that
Full
has to be the
stage.
emotional being.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, and as Chase said earlier, it are no guarantees.
None.
But the least you could do is put your best foot forward.
Nice.
You know, you put your best foot forward, be there, support them.
Do your best. Let God do the rest.
That's it.
That's it.